Alright, says we are live. Let me just double check on the feed on the YouTube side. Yes, we are live. Okay, so welcome in everybody to I think this is the second live stream we've done in regards to this, but this one I think is a lot more pertinent than the first one was, because the first one that I put out I think was around midway through the season. We are literally in the home stretch now for the second season of Duracell Ultra Light Series and the eighth season of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. This weekend you're going to have the doubleheader from Arizona Speedway. Earlier on today, qualifying went up for the lights drivers. Tomorrow you've got the Cup qualifying and the lights race, and Sunday will be the Cup race. After that, we've got the standalone weekend for the Cup Series drivers at Boston, and then three doubleheader weekends following that if I can remember these correctly, Daytona, Rockingham, and each season's finale at Michigan. So we're there. We are literally about a month away from this thing coming to a close. Now, two things that I want to point out. Number one is that we are doing this so that way I have things set up and prepared for the off season. A lot of times when I end up putting out these videos out near the end of a season, it's in preparation that we can immediately jump into the next season. Everything is already prepared. Um, I'll be honest with you, you may have noticed there have been a few weekends where there's been no content that's been put out in regards to the two series. Big reason for that is life is getting in the way. Things are getting very busy. Time constraints are happening. A lot of different other projects that I'm working on as well. Uh, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. And so, with that being said, I'm sometimes not able to find a chunk of time to be able to record these races during the course of the week. So, sometimes we end up having it where the videos are out, sometimes we have them where they're not out. So, with that being said, we will not be immediately jumping into season 3 of Lights, season 9 of Cup. Like the following weekend after both the current seasons are concluded. There will be a break. There will be an off period. It could take a couple of weeks. It could take a month. It could take a month and a half. I don't know. That all is going to depend on a number of things. One big thing that I really have unfortunately run out of a lot of time for doing is painting schemes. There's obviously going to be schemes that we're going to have painted for the new season, new sponsorships, new teams, new organizations, new manufacturers. Maybe if a driver changes from say a Ford team to a Chevy team, whatever the case may be, there's going to be changes in liveries that are going to be taking place, and that's going to take some time. And I guarantee you that I will not be able to have that all done in the span of really even a week, maybe even 2 weeks. It really, again, the time constraints are definitely a thing. So, with that being said, expect that there is going to be substantial off season in between the current running seasons and the upcoming new seasons. The second thing is that once the season comes to a close, okay? Once we get the checkered flag at Michigan for Lights and Cup, that is when the window closes for drivers that are currently holding charters in season 8 to have reclaimed their charters in preparation for season 9. Okay, the reason I'm putting this out right now is because, and I'll be sure to put this in the Discord and everything as well. This live stream and everything, so that way people won't have the excuse of, well, I never saw the video. It's gonna be there for people to be able to see and everything. I'll tag all Duracell Cup Series drivers, whatever the case may be. Uh, is so that way people have about a month to be able to get in there if they haven't already reclaimed their charge for next season. They will be able to do so, and there won't be any excuses about it. Gives not only time for me to be able to prepare, but other people time to be able to prepare as well. There have been a lot of people that have already claimed their charters for next season, so if you've done that, you're good to go. You're fine. But this is for there's a lot of outlaying names that have not claimed their charters for next season and whatnot, and eventually when we end up getting to the end of these current 2 seasons for Lights and Cup, those charters will end up going to other drivers that are, more than likely going to tune in and view these races and everything. And believe me, I'm not blaming anybody. As I've said, things have been hectic already on my side. I get it if people aren't able to tune into races and everything on a weekly basis and all that. It's fine. But I don't want to penalize other people that would be signing up and watching the races and being a part of it from being shut out if, there are other people that aren't necessarily as dedicated to watching the series, et cetera, et cetera. So that's basically where that stands in terms of all of that. So, uh, got Benjamin Miles in our chat. Hey Ben, how you doing? Got what looks like 5 people watching. So, all right, let's get down to it. Let's show a little bit of what's going down, what's been going down here in the last couple of months since we put out that last charter preview update, if you will. So, as we bring it over to the current charter list that I've got, these are the drivers that currently are chartered drivers in Season 8, and these are the current status of those drivers. It also includes in the drivers that do not have charters that are currently considered full-time non-chartered entries in Cup Series here in Season 8. Again, this is all in regards to Cup Series. Light Series, we will more than likely have spots available and everything, won't need a charter system. So this is all just in regards to Cup. So Nick Gunther and Anthony McCurry have confirmed that they're returning to Garage 55. Obviously using their charters from this current season. Autumn Brooks is a non-charter entry. They're looking for a charter. They may end up getting one. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, currently, no charter for the 62. For 4-Night Squad Racing, looks like it's going to remain the same going into the new season. Carson Gum, Dylan Poteet have both reclaimed their charters for next season. Same for single car teams there. Shadow Car Racing with Levi McIntyre. Adrenaline Motorsports with Jack Mitchell. We'll have a little bit of an update on him and his team here in just a moment. All 3 of the Joanna Atwood Motorsports drivers are returning next season. Osborne, Qualls, and more, all with their charters. There has been some paint scheme previews for that team as well that we'll look at in a minute. Looks like all of the Lake Effect Autosport drivers are returning next season. Eric Monaco, Alexander Rowe, and Jesse Turner, all utilizing their charters. This is where it starts to get interesting. So for Haas Racing, the only 2 drivers that we've had confirmation that are returning next season, Matt Haas in the 8, and Reggie Fogelman, who is this season in the 5, but he'll be moving over to the 11 for next season. It'll be the first time the 11 will be fielded since Will Goss had multiple victories for Young Motorsports, and that was what, season... Was that season 7? I want to say it was season 6, but it might have been season 7. But right now, Haas Racing may be down to just a 2-car team, as there's been no word on whether Bryce Egan is returning next season. That team obviously would be searching for a charter, as he's currently a non-charter full-time driver for them this season, and no word from Kyler Sustre either. So right now, only 50% of Haas Racing has confirmed they are returning next season. Blue Oval Automotive. What does the future hold for an organization that has a championship with Jose Mills, has one of the top 5 most winningest drivers in Jose Mills? Like, what is the future for this team? Who knows? Caleb Fogler, former champion, Benjamin Snyder, neither have confirmed they're returning. The 82 car is an all-star car that's fielded Chris Dallerton, Jose Mills, Jordan Lopez, Trey Wright, all drivers that formerly piloted machines for that organization. But there's, no word on any driver except for Zachary Fitzwater. I don't know why the question mark is still at the end of his name. But he's the only one that has confirmed of that team that he is returning. So, do we end up seeing just a single car entry out of Blue Oval Automotive? Does Fitzwater keep Boa alive? Does Fitzwater maybe swap over to a different team? Like, the confirmation is there right now for him returning to Blue Oval Automotive, but if he's the last remaining driver there, do we see Blue Oval Automotive fold up and Fitzwater takes his charter to another organization? We'll have to wait and see. How about Auto Junction Racing? Nothing Nothing from Laura Chung or Summer Henson or Ryan Brummer on them returning to next season. That's a huge one. Um, Auto Junction Racing has had a number of different drivers that they've been able to get their first career wins. Laura Chung being one of them. Ryan Brommer was able to snap a winless streak. Let's see who else was there. Diego Yepes had a breakout season with them. Alexander Rowe ran with them for a time. I'm trying to think of some other drivers that were there. I think there were a couple of rookies that got their first career wins driving for this organization. With all three of them, no status on them returning. Do we see Auto Junction Racing, a team that I think has been in Duracell Cup since season 2, folding? Who knows? Ryan Butcher was the spearhead. He was the team owner and everything, and even he's not even in the series this season. So that this could be the final season maybe for one of the more prominent teams that there's been in Duracell Cup. World NOS Racing. I saw we had Hiccup Bush in our chat here. Obviously, that driver going to be looking for a charter next season. We haven't heard. I don't know, Hiccup, if you want to confirm right now if you're returning for next season or not. Obviously, would be looking for one of those potential vacant charters if we end up having it at the end of the season. Daniel Voiles has confirmed he's returning. No word on Kyle Langland in the 93. Obviously, Langland is running in the light series right now for the championship, so even if he were up in the Cup Series for next season, he would then obviously not be able to run for Lights points, or if he runs for Lights points, he can't run for Cup points. So, if we end up getting confirmation on Kyle Langland, what's going on, we'll have to see what his status is. Confirmed with Daniel, be returned to the 17 for Season 9, bringing 2 new sponsors to the team as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is so right now there is no charter status, but we're going to put on here returning. So obviously Hiccup, stay tuned towards the end of the season, at the conclusion of Lights and Cup. If we end up having vacant charters, then one of them would more than likely go to you in your first full-time chartered season for World NOS Racing. Llama Racing with Cody Lamas returning in the 84. I cannot reveal, but there has been a lot of rumoring, a lot of speculation about this team and a potential expansion. I cannot say anything yet. I can't confirm anything yet because there are a couple of pieces that do have to still fall into place. But this could be a team to look at for Season 9, just saying. Northeast Motorsports. So, okay, let's talk about this a little bit. So I ended up bringing out in the last video that talked about charters and everything, I brought up the fact that next season we are cutting down organizations having 4 charters. So with that being said, Northeast Motorsports had Casey Hoyt, Austin LaPlante, Connor Breton, and Benjamin Miles, who's in our chat, all saying that they're returning. Well, that's 4 drivers, all with 4 charters. So Hoyt, LaPlante, and Breton, they are returning. They look like they are going to make up Northeast Motorsports. For Benjamin Miles, we don't know the name of the organization, but we ended up having confirmation in the silly season in our Discord, which, by the way, if you want to be a part of that, link is down in the description to be able to join our Discord. You see right here, this was posted about 20 days ago, said, heard the max team is 3 cars. We have 4 cars. So he is giving full ownership keys to Austin LaPlante, and he is going to his own organization. So yeah, that is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on here as to what that team is going to be. Obviously, he's still got his charter from Northeast Motorsports, so he would make every single race in Season 9 regardless. But we'll keep tabs on any future updates there from Miles. S3 Motorsports, another interesting one that had 3 championships in a row in Seasons 5 to Season 7 with the combination of Stephen Pollither, Kyle Matthews, and Caleb Fogler in Season 5. You had Charles Sanford in Season 6, and you had Jessica Shelton in Season 7. Now, Jess and Kyle have confirmed that they're returning. We have heard nothing of the status of either Cole Deaver or of Charles Sanford. So We'll have to see, do we end up seeing S3 Motorsports go down to a two-car team? I don't know. I mean, from what I have understood, Jess is planning on still having the Project Dodge Intrepid. So, I don't know. Would we end up seeing a Dodge and a Chevrolet fielded by the team? Status of that still is unsure. Michael Norman Motorsports. So we basically have an idea of what the three-car team is going to look like for next season. There has been some swip swapping around of numbers. Now, Danny Bouchard's status is still uncertain, but it looks like if he does return with the 33 charter, he would have to go to a different team. But interesting, Michael Norman is moving from the 22 over to the 30. Matt McIntyre is moving from the 21 to the 22. And then Nathan Ormond will still be in the 23. And I'm not exactly sure why I put this like this, because this is actually the 22 charter and this is the 21 charter, but there you go. So while three drivers of the organization are returning, two of them are going to be in different numbered machines. So that is going to be interesting to follow up on. Young Motorsports, currently, it looks like they may have their situation all sorted for next season. It's Dylan Young, Eric Sadler, and RJ Bishop. There's a number of these question marks I've forgotten to take off. They are all returning next season in their respective 2, 12, and 98 cars. Dustin Bolin, who up to this point is a four-time winner this season. No word on his status. Now, I did hear that there was the possibility, if Dustin Bolin between now and next season, and the end of this season, I should say, did say he was going to return. RJ Bishop mentioned to me that he was considering having I don't know if it would be the 43, but the Bishop family racing car, which we've seen fielded by yours truly, Mike Tellier, in a non-charter capacity. Maybe Destin would be in Bishop Family Racing, a branch-off team for Young Motorsports. But still, we don't know about the status of Destin Bolin at this time. And then KAB Racing Enterprises with the 39. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Keith Batson is looking at, let me double check here on what I have in my notes. I believe Keith Batson is looking to expand to a two-car team. Yes, so from what, let me double check here. Right, so he's looking to expand, add a second charter team to his organization for season 9. There is some negotiation that's going on of him seeing if the 93 at World NOS Racing could potentially be brought over to KB Racing Enterprises for that second entry. Again, we don't know the status of Langland and we don't know the status of the number, but that is what is currently being in the works in regards to that. And then we just got the word Napa Motorsports is going to be the organization that Benjamin Miles is going to be running for. So there we go. We got that confirmation right there and good to go. Cool beans. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. So theoretically, if we look at the chartered drivers this season, the status of those charters for next season, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 charters. 10 charters that would be up for grabs. That is crazy. That is nuts in that we would end up having that many available for other drivers to potentially be able to get in full time to the Cup Series. Obviously, you kind of look here too. Some drivers that you would think would probably be jumping into that. Autumn Brooks maybe, but I've heard that more than likely she's going to just run full-time in lights. You got Bryce Egan, who you would have thought, being a full-time non-charter driver, would have. You've got want to watch, stuck watching stupid Ursula Disney rubbish. What the heck does that mean? I'm not sure what exactly that means. Um, you got the All-Star car, probably nobody from Blue Oval Automotive there. Langland, obviously, the status as well. So, yeah, potentially 10 charters will be up for grabs next season. Yeah, Sean, stay tuned because, end of this season, in about a month's time, if those 10 charters aren't claimed, they're going to be open for drivers to be able to claim and start making plans for season 9 of Cup. So, yeah, anybody that's watching this. Oh, we got an ad. Ah, okay. Was it a Disney Speedstorm ad? Because if they're sponsoring my videos, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, there you go. Like, this might be the most charters at this point in time that we will have available at the end of a season. Again, a lot can change in a month's time. Could be that some of these drivers will get in touch with me and say, "Hey, I'm returning," blah blah blah. But I think we ended up having, what was it, 3 or 4 drivers last season, or charters, I should say, that were available. Most of them were already claimed. Also, bear in mind that it would technically be uh, 9 charters up for grabs because there would be a charter out there that would be available to the driver that ends up winning the Lights Championship. Much like we did with Eric Monaco last season with winning the championship in Lights, he got an automatic chartered ride in Cup for Season 8. Same deal would happen this season from Season 2 going into Season 3 of Lights. The Season 2 champion would be able to go up to the Cup Series if they so chose in a chartered entry. So, yeah, that's the status that we're at right now with the charters. It's nuts. So let's take a look real quickly here over in the NNSCRA Discord at some of the announcements that have been taking place, and one of the big ones is right here, where you see that Season 9, Daniel Voiles is going to have the Cherry Coke Zero Sugar sponsorship on his number 26. He's also going to have Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen as well. So some new looks, some new sponsorships going to be coming to World NOS Racing. Jack Mitchell announcing that Adrenaline Motorsports is going over to the Chevrolet Impala. So we've got Mazdas, we've got Dodge Intrepids, we've got the Chevrolet Camaros, but we're going to have another Chevrolet in the field in the form of an Impala with the 01. And there you can see the preview that was put out there from Adrenaline Motorsports of what that car is going to look like for next season. Pretty cool. You got some news out of Joanna Atwood Motorsports. There's going to be a new look on the Castrol GTX Chevrolet of James Qualls, who right now is a 3-time winner this season. And we also had another look at Joshua Osborne's car for next season, a tigerish looking machine there with the Skag Power Equipment sponsorship on his Chevrolet. We already documented about Benjamin Miles and his status. We now know that Napa Motorsports is going to be his team. And then we had here, I believe this is Hiccup Bush saying 2 new sponsors for the 7 team for season 9. Again, they will be searching for a charter at the close of this season to run full time in season 9. So things are getting interesting here as we near the close of season 8 of the Cup Series. So again, I'm gonna just list off the name of drivers and the names of the drivers. If you watch this, let me know in the comments if you are returning or not. Also, I'm not really good when it comes to YouTube names. I used to be back in the day. I could associate a YouTube name with a driver. Nowadays, I see a lot of YouTube names, and I don't know who is actually whom. So, if you end up commenting saying that you got to get my season better, I don't know what that means. But if you are returning and you let me know in the comments here of this video, please put your driver name as well, just so that way I know who it's being associated with. So Kyler Sustre, Caleb Fogler, Benjamin Snyder, Laura Chung, Summer Henson, Ryan Brommer, Cole Deaver, Charles Sanfer, Daniel Bouchard, Destin Bolin. Those drivers, if you are returning for next season, let me know in the comments here. You've got until the end of the season, which is about a month's time. Once the checkered flag waves in the Cup Series race in Michigan, that's it. That's the deadline. If there's been no claiming of those charters from Season 8 into Season 9, they are then vacant, and there will be another video that'll come out here, another live stream for people that want to get into the Cup Series through a chartered ride to be able to do so. I'm not certain, but I believe that I at one point posted this Google Sheet in the Discord. If I didn't, I can check and do it again. It's got all this sorts of information for people that might be wondering in terms of, the roster, the sponsor list, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I have or not. But I can, so that way people can keep track of the status of what's going on here as it is updated in live time. But that is basically all I've got here. We're going to be doing a live stream a little bit later on, but we had this chunk of time here. I wanted to do this specifically today because we're coming up here on a weekend. So, Saturday, Sunday, more opportunity for people to be able to see this video of those that may not know that their status is currently in question of if they're going to be able to return for Season 9 or not on a weekend more than on weekdays when things are a little bit more hectic. So I thought this would be a perfect time to put this video out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got here. That's the status of everything that's gone down here in the last month or so since I put out the last one. This is pretty much going to be the final warning video that I'll put out for drivers to claim the charters that they currently have to reclaim them for Season 9. Again, as I said, once we get to the concluding weekend at Michigan for Lights and Cup, that's it. Deadline's done. Anybody that hasn't claimed their charters are null and void, they fall vacant, and then they will be given out to others. So that is the case there right now of where we are at in preparation for Season 9 of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. Thank you all for tuning into this stream. Again, keep tabs on the NNSCRA Discord. The Silly Season tabs got a lot of information that's going on as well. And stay tuned for towards the end of this season for what the status will be in terms of those potential vacant charters. Again, we've got this weekend, the Lights in the Cup Series are at Arizona. Next week, Cup stands alone at Boston. And then the following 3 weeks, doubleheader, Lights and Cup at Daytona, Rockingham, and season finale for both series at the Michigan International Speedway. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of this season here for each one of the respective Lights and Cup series, and I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned later on this evening for the Fortnite live stream here on Fortnite Fridays,